So you're officially streaming on Twitch and your mind starts racing because you're like, oh, what the heck am I going to do to track the hours and have chat commands and overlays and alerts? Oh my goodness. Don't worry, we got you covered. We're going to talk about those and more. Stay tuned.
I'm the CEO. It's Mega Chop. You already know.
Recently, with the big move of streamers from Mixer to Twitch, a lot of people have been asking, what bot should I use? How do I handle my chat commands? All those different questions. And the answer is very simple. It's Stream Elements. It is a phenomenal bot that also has a downloadable interface with OBS Studios. So if you stream that way, it makes life incredibly easy. We're going to go through each of these step by step. I'm going to show you my screen. That way you can follow along as you do it yourself. And if you have any additional questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm actually live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evenings on Twitch myself at twitch.tv/megachopceo, and I would be more than happy to talk about it live. So for starters, I said that there's an interface for OBS Studios. Let's start there so you know how to get started. Go to streamelements.com. You're going to be asked to register or log in. You can go ahead and connect your Twitch account, and that will pull you right in here. It's going to show your channel, and from there, all of this becomes much more seamless. On the left-hand side, you're going to see OBS Live. You'll click on that, and that brings you right here to this page where you can see it shows what incorporates right into OBS Studios. All you have to do is click download and go through the install process. As far as using OBS Studios, you don't have to use any other links. You just use the original OBS Studios link that you normally did. To look at overlays and alerts, we're going to click My Overlays. Here you're going to see I have a whole bunch of things already set up in here because I use Stream Elements myself. I've got my alerts, I've got overlays set up. It's very easy to do and just takes a little bit of practice to make sure that you're getting all of the settings right. To create a new panel for alerts or overlays, you're going to click Create Blank Overlay. I select 1080p resolution because I use OBS Studios in 1080p. You can change this if you use it in any other resolution, and start. Here, you will click the plus sign, and that will allow you to decide what you are adding to this. So if I go to alerts, I can add multiple different types of alerts. I'm going to alert box. And once this alert box pops up, you can move this to wherever you want on the screen. With my live alert box, I actually have mine over here because my webcam is normally on the upper left-hand side. But to make sure there's no interference with this video, I'm going to do it over here for you. It's all personal preference. You can put this anywhere you need. So the follower alert, as we click the cogwheel, you're going to see that this has a default image in there, as well as the default.ogg is actually a sound. So you can upload both images and sounds to these alerts if you choose. To clear this, we click the X and then set image. I already have multiple images uploaded into here. If you want to upload a new image, all you have to do is click upload. Then you can take a file and simply drag and drop it in here. For fun, we're going to use this incredible penguin riding on a llama meme that says tacos are delicious. Who wouldn't want an alert like this? Click upload. And now we have tacos are delicious. So that's going to be our alert image that pops up every time we get a follow. The sound, again, I'm going to clear that out and add my own sound. If you wanted to upload, again, it's going to be the exact same as you did before. You click upload, you go to the file that you have, you drag and you drop it onto the screen. This one is my woo. It's actually me wooing. And those are the primary settings that I change for my alerts. I leave them at 10 seconds. All of the rest of this has been sufficient for me. but you can customize the actual alert message that pops up onto the screen that says so-and-so is now following, and you can change that duration to whatever you need it to be. There are additional settings that you can go through if you want. I want to make sure that we get you the basics to get you started and up and running, and we might do a very detailed walkthrough in the future. Now that we have this set, I'm going to click the X to close out of those settings. It seems weird that you would click the X, but that's what we click. So if I click that cogwheel to go back in here, you're going to see it's all still there. The key, once you're done with all of these, is clicking save. If you do not click save, you have lost all of your progress. Overlay names, you can call this whatever you would choose. I'm going to call it test overlay for the sake of our video. You would literally go into each and every one of these alerts for whatever you would like and set them up the exact same way. I actually just got a follow while we are recording this video, so thank you, Rage and Love. If you don't want any of these alerts set, you're going to go ahead and uncheck every box that you do not want set here. The beautiful part about how the alerts work here is you can set them all up in one fell swoop and you're good to go. There are a few key points around subscriber alerts and the bit alerts or cheers. So subscriber alerts, we're going to click on the cogwheel. I'm going to leave these as default. We've already walked through how you change those if you would like. The important part is going to be clicking the variation settings, because each of these differ and you have to change them individually. The resubscriber, the subscriber gift, and community gifts. If you don't change these and you only change this one, every time you get a resub, a subscriber gift, or a community gift, you're going to get the default that's set up for them. So we'll click the cogwheel for each of these, and you can see it's the same setup default, and you're going to want to open up each one and then change the image as well as the audio if you would choose. And one thing I haven't mentioned yet, you can actually add a video if you want that instead of an image and audio. Now, we also said that cheers are different. So if we go into cheers, again, same way to change all of these features up here. Variation settings is again where it gets more in depth and detailed. You can again turn off these notifications for certain amounts, but you will need to go into every single cogwheel here and adjust these alerts for whatever you want them to be. And once you've added your alerts, we can click emulate and we can go to, say, a follower event. We saw that when it popped up. That's a generic event. We can go to the cheer event and show you what happens when 5,000 bits are dropped on your stream. That's going to pop up. You're going to get the audio, and that sticks around for 10 seconds. So if that feels too long, you can shorten that. If you want to have more hype around the higher bit drops, you can always just extend those, whatever you choose. Again, we're going to click save to make sure. You can never be too safe. I would encourage, if you don't know if you saved, just click it. It's not going to wreck anything. We're going to go back by clicking the back arrow to overlays. And now we're going to create a blank overlay. You can do your alerts and your overlays together if you would like. I actually have multiple scenes, so I prefer to have the overlays set up independently, and then I set up my alerts on their own so that I can just add the alerts into every scene in OBS that I need the alerts. Again, 1080p is how I do this. And start, we're going to go back down to the plus, and I am going to add a static image. To change the size of this, you just have to go to the edges. You can expand it sideways, you can expand it down, you can expand it both to the side and down, just dependent upon those arrows. And again, move this as needed. we're going to go ahead and set the image. We've already walked through adding an image, so I'm going to just add one that's here, and this is for my webcam. These will take a little playing around with to try and get the right size, the right placement, wherever you want that for your webcam and your stream. But as you do that, you would just come in here and edit it and save, and then refresh in OBS for that scene each time you make an update to continue to test it. Here, if you prefer manually entering in the numbers, you can do that under position, size, and style. You can also adjust the opacity of whatever image this is on your stream. If you would choose, you can also rotate this with this function here, and you can center it if it's something that you need right in the middle. And for each piece of the overlay that you're going to add, you're going to go through the same process. You can add text into here. We selected the text box. We've got the text here. You can make the text box as big as you want. You are amazing is what we want. Under text settings, you can choose the style of font that you would like to have. You can choose the size. I really want you all to know that you're amazing. That's why it's that big. Now, when we have different items on the screen, image 1 is going to be our cam box. You can change the name simply by double-clicking on the name and putting in whatever it is you want to label each piece. You are amazing. Since it's text, it automatically has that in there. And these you can continue to move freely as you need and reposition them. And I'm going to save this. Test overlay. We're going to back out. To get the link that you are going to add into OBS Studios under the browser option, you're going to copy the URL, add that in as the link for your browser, and then that's going to pop up on to your OBS, and you can adjust it as you need. Now, I also talked about chat commands and hours in the stream. We're going to be moving on to those. We're going to take a pit stop and look at loyalty. The loyalty is your currency. If you want to have a currency in your stream that your viewers earn as they watch, as they subscribe, as they donate, as they follow, as they host, you can name it. Mine is called Megabucks. You can set how much they get while they're viewing the stream, the subscriber multiplier, and say you have different bots that you don't want to show on your currency top list, especially yourself. You can add each one of those to the ignore list, and it will not give them any currency. If you look on the right hand side, it has a nice succinct view of how people earn currency in your stream. Then the leaderboard, as I talked about, this is where you can see how many points they've accumulated. Currently, you can see how many points they've accumulated of all time. Now, I did import from my previous bot, which is why these numbers look different. The all-time is actually the numbers that they've accumulated while I've been streaming on Twitch. The current is the total bucks that they have with that imported data in there. Watch time is going to show you the top viewers of your stream. So right here, you guys are getting a look into the top 13 that show right here. Shout out to these legends. I appreciate all of their support. And now we'll look at commands. So going to chat commands, there are a lot of default commands in here, and they're under different headings. They let you know whether they're for everyone, whether they're for moderators, or super moderators. So there's different levels of control that you can have within your stream. If you want to activate a command, you click this so the bubble goes to the right, and then you would have to enable that if you would choose. Otherwise, if you want to deactivate, you click that and the bubble moves to the left. Then there's custom commands. I definitely have a bunch of my own custom commands. They're very simple to add. You click add new, and if you're adding your own custom command, you simply type the command name, hi. Response is welcome. Everyone can use it, and I would activate this command to add it to my stream. If we wanted to use a custom template, shoutouts are not default active in here, so that's a great one for us to look at. You'll scroll down to whatever one you want to add. We're going to select shoutout, and you can see it default changes the text in the command name to shoutout. It changes the response to the exact command that would be needed to display their name, the game that they were playing, as well as their link to their Twitch channel. This is automatically set to a moderator level. You can certainly choose to change that if you would like, and you would simply activate command and you're good to go. Then if we go to timers, this is actually going to be a very similar process. You're going to add new, the timer name, timed message, the response message, what time is it? And here's where the variance comes in. The interval while you're online, you can change that to whatever you would like by manually entering in the number, or you can click the slide and drag that to whatever you would prefer. Offline interval is the same to modify, and then chat lines will be how many chat lines need to be in chat before this message will display again. So if you have a community that is not real talkative, you might want to set this to 10 or 20, whatever feels comfortable so that your chat isn't being spammed by your timers. If you're ready to add it, you click Activate Timer. And the last item that we're going to look at is modules. And these I'm not going to cover in great detail because a lot of these are fun additions to the stream, but one that I feel like is important to note from the start is the chat alerts. I have these turned on, and these alerts will let you know right in your chat whether you've got a new follower, tips, hosts, subscribers, cheers, and you can manually modify these messages however you would like to see those in your chat. And if there's an alert in here that you don't want to see in the chat all the time, you can go ahead and click there to disable it. I really hope that this video helped you to get started with Stream Elements while you're moving on to Twitch, or maybe you've been there for a while and you're like, hey, it's time. Certainly, if you have any additional questions, I would love to talk to you about it. I'm live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evenings on Twitch at twitch.tv/megachopceo. I'm happy to talk about any and all streaming questions that you may have while I'm live. In the meantime, while you're here, please click like, subscribe, and smash that bell for notifications, and I look forward to seeing you next time.